Respected learner, Assalamu alaikum. Hope all of you are in good health. Today, we will discuss on educational objectives. First seminar of medical education in 2026. I am Professor Abu Hena Mustafa Kamal. Will share my few views with you regarding this topic. The educationist Marx says, if you are not certain of where you are going, you may very well end up somewhere else and not even know it. আমরা ক্রিস্টোফার কলম্বাসের নাম জানি। 1494-95 এর দিকে he discovered Great India. Until his death, he believed that he has discovered the Great India. But unfortunate enough, he actually reached in some islands near Caribbean. That means America. Okay. Now, what is your objective in life? জীবনের লক্ষ্য কি? As a student, we had to write down a essay on it. Aim in life. There we say we want to be a great human being or want to be a doctor, engineer, etc. etc. Now, as a doctor, our aim in life may be to become the best doctor, a very good human being, or regarding our family, we must have some objective. Accordingly, what is the objective of our session, today's session? There are 6 or 7 session objectives written here, but my 3 cardinal objectives are: number 1, we'll know how to write down the learning objectives. Number 2, we'll know details about the educational domain. And number 3, and most importantly, we'll know about the Gangnis events of instructional design. So, let's start. Dear learner, can you say what is education? Please try. Yeah. There are thousands of definitions regarding education, but the most valuable definition from my point of view, the thing that will give behavioral change on you is education. Look, some change must be done before and after education. There must be some difference between your action. It is education. Yes, the chief goal of his is bring about expected change in human behavior. What is educational objective? What the students should be able to do. Look, not what teacher will do in a class. Educational objective is what the students should be able to do at the end of the learning session that they could not do beforehand. আগে যা করতে পারতো না, could not do beforehand, now he or she will be able to do. It is educational objective. We can say the educational objective as learning objective. There are many other alternative name of learning objective. It is instructional objective, learning outcome, educational aims, goals, performance objective, etc. etc. All are same types of educational objective. Look, as a human, many of us has a general objective to become a great, gentle, polite human being. Great human being. It is a wide, broad and vague term. It is general objective. Specific objective, it should be punctual, narrow, precise. What should be the specific objective for becoming a great human being? It should be I'll be honest, never tell a lie, I'll not do harm to others, etc. etc. Look, these are precise objectives. So these are specific objectives. The qualities of specific educational objectives. There are 6 qualities. They should be relevant, univocal, feasible, logical, observable, and measurable. It looks some clumsy, no? Relevant, what relevant, univocal? Everything will be crystal clear just within 2 slides. Follow me. Look, here is a objective. By the end of the lesson, students will solve 8 out of 10 two-step linear equation, that means algebra, in a written test correctly, showing each step. It's the education objective or learning objective of a math teacher to his student. Now we'll search in this objective, can we get all these 6 qualities? So start. Relevant? Yes. Algebra is a core math skill. So math teacher is giving a lesson of learning objective on math. Number 2, univocal. He mentioned student will be able to solve 8 out of 10. It is a precise univocal voice. Feasible. Is it realistic? Yes. At the end of this session, the students will be able. It is feasible. Logical. Build on prior lesson about one-step equation. The teacher previously studied one-step linear equation. Now he has gone for the two-step linear equation. So it is logical. It is observable. Yes, the teacher can see the students writing and solving. So the teacher can see that student is writing and solving the equation. So it is observable. And the can teacher measure it? Yes, teacher can measure it, because when the student will give 8 answers clearly, and if all are correctly showing each step, fine, it can be measurable. So in a learning objective, all these 6 elements are present. Have you understand? Now it is quite easy, no? Great. Now come for the elements of a specific objective. We will have to keep in mind 1A 3C rule. 1A 3C rule. What are the elements? Number 1 is task. In this task, there are 3 components: act, content, condition. Act, korbo, what? Content, ki korbo? Condition, how? Act, content, condition, and criteria. Dear learner, keep in mind, among these 4 elements, the first 2 must be present in a specific objective. Act and content must. And letter 2, condition and criteria will ornament your specific objective. So go for an example. At the end of the session, a student will be able to measure the pH of river water samples. Measure pH of river water samples using a standard water testing kit. Using a standard water testing kit with 95% accuracy. Now we will search for all that 4 elements. Number 1, act. Act is action verb. I said it must be present in a specific objective. Action verb. Here the action verb is measure. Measure, yes, it is present. Content. Material on which, কার উপরে কাজ, on which the action will be done. The pH of river water sample. The pH of river water sample. Number 3, condition. The circumstance or tool under which the task will be performed. Here, using a standard water testing. So it is also present. Number 4 is criteria. How well the task should be done with 95% accuracy. So all the 4 elements are present in this specific objective. Here's a specific objective from pharmacology department. No, sorry, microbiology. Detect causative organism of UTI from urine sample by using rapid automated culture system with 95% accuracy. So detect what causative organism of UTI from urine sample by using rapid automated cultural system with 95% accuracy. Look here. What the act detect? What is the content? Causative organism of UTI from urine sample. It is the content. What is the condition? Using rapid automated cultural system. No other system you can apply. This is the condition. And what is the criteria? With 95% accuracy. So another great specific object. Now we'll go for learning by doing. Here I have given 4 objectives. You'll have to find out the 4 elements of each objective. Okay, here's the 2 and here's the another 2. Dear learner, please write down the 4 elements for each specific objective at your khata before you proceed. Because after this slide, I will go for giving answer of these questions. So I am giving you 2 minutes for it. Time starts now. And don't go for further. Here you pause your video. Okay, time close. Now, students will be able to draw 5 cc of blood sample from the cubital vein of an adult in absence of hematoma and not more than 2 attempts. What will be the act? Yes, right. Collect or draw. What will be the content? 5 cc of blood sample. What is the condition? From the cubital vein of an adult. And what is the criteria? Absence, 2 criteria. Absence of hematoma and not more than 2 attempts. Okay. Here the second one. Define is act, health is content, WHO definition, condition, without any mistake in each occasion is the criteria. Identify the presence, act, opacities of pulmonary parenchyma, content, using formal X-ray films of the thorax, condition, and correctly identify at least 80% of cases opacity larger than 2 cm is the criteria. Here performed is act, basic cardiovascular exam, content, on voluntary patient using standard equipment under supervision is condition, and correctly identify at least 4 of 5 key components is criterion. What do you think? Have you understand it? Now it's clear. You can write act, content, condition, and criteria properly. Oh, great. So, should we proceed? Let's go. Educational domain. For writing specific objective, for making a written question, asking viva question, or practical question. That means all assessment and reading learning process. Before we start, we must know educational domain. It's very important. Hey, what it is? What the picture? Brain, heart, muscle, all are ready to fight. Okay, let's go find out why they are fighting. What is domain? The area owned by someone. In Bangla, there is a song. আমরা সবাই রাজা আমাদেরই রাজার রাজত্বে. Yes, it is our domain. King has his domain. Child has playground. That is their domain. So what is educational domain? The fields of thought, knowledge, or activity. Look, three. Number one, thought, knowledge, activity. This is the domain. And keep in mind, dear learner, humans are lifelong learners. From the birth to the graveyard, they always learn. Educational domain has three parts. Number one is cognitive domain. It is related with knowledge, intellectual skill. Psychomotor domain, practical skill. Muscle, psychomotor, muscle. And last, affective domain. It is the communication skill, attitude, emotion, values, etc. All are affective domain. Wow, great educational psychologist, the Benjamin Samuel Bloom. He defined and classified this educational domain. We must salute him. He has discovered cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domain, and he subtyped this domain according to hierarchy. Knowledge is the baseline knowledge. This means recall, define. Number two is understanding, comprehension. Third level is application. Fourth, analysis. Fifth, synthesis. And the highest level is evaluation. In the affective domain, receiving is the basic part, responding, valuing, and last, empathy. In the psychomotor domain, perception is the base part, then set, guided response, mechanism, complete overt response, adaptation, origination is the highest level. All this looks clumsy, na? Tell me, clumsy? No, dear, nothing is clumsy. Very easy and very sweet, very easy and sweet. When I will explain it, you'll find out it is very easy. Don't think it's clumsy. So, start with cognitive domain. Oh, again, now you can understand this photo. Yes, brain is the cognitive domain, heart is the affective domain, and muscle is the psychomotor domain. In Bloom's taxonomy, if we set all the members of cognitive domain one after another chronologically, we'll find out it looks like a pyramid. This pyramid, the base is, remember, suppose you have 100 students, 95% will be able to define or list. It is the remember part. Among this 95, you will get 85% can understand the topic. Among this 85, We'll find out 75% can apply this. Actually, our medical study almost ended here. We recall, we understand, and we treat the patient. This is our limit. But some of our great physician goes for analysis. I will give the explanation later. Some can evaluate, and very rarely one or two can create. Got it? So let's check what this cognitive domain. Start from remember, end in create. I will start with an example. Imagine a study on antibiotic prescription by medical students. Okay. So we'll go for a study on antibiotic prescription by medical students. Now, after the session, if the teacher asks this question, list 5 commonly used antibiotics for UTI, it is a recall time. Recall time. Have you got it? Good. Second, now if the examiner asks, explain how amoxicillin works against bacteria. Look, explain how they work. So student will have to understand it. It work on cell wall or cell membrane or through gene expression modulation, etc. So this is understanding type. Now, if your examiner asks a question, a patient has a penicillin allergy, which antibiotic would you prescribe instead? This is the application type. Student will know about the antibiotic name, have to understand their mechanism of action, and now he will have to prescribe a penicillin resistant, penicillin allergy patient, which drug he will give. It is the application. Next level, look. Now it is becoming clear to you. Yes? Look, if the teacher give a scope for compare the efficacy of cephalosporin with penicillin in RTI. Look, here the compare. For this comparing, student will have to recall, have to understand, have to apply. Then he will be able to analyze it. Got it? It is analyzed. Higher level. Next level. If the question is like that, evaluate the appropriateness of prescribing broad spectrum antibiotics for a simple cold. Here, my decision is matter. Evaluation is matter by myself. So it is more higher level. And the last level is by studying all these, this student will prepare a guideline for antibiotic stewardship in a hospital ward, and he will paste this stewardship in the wall of the intern doctor, in the wall of the nurse room. It is creation. Nobody said to make it, but he himself has understand, analyze, evaluate, and now he has created. Now it is clear to you. Yes, very good. Very important, very important. Cognitive domain must know, because while you will make a question, you must know up to which level you are going and how many percentage of question you are giving from which level of the domain. Dear student, dear learner, can you say in the written exam question which domain we can touch? Can we touch all these 3 domains or only one domain? Give me this answer in my next class. Okay. Now psychomotor domain, psychomotor means action, muscle will work, so it is practical based. Suppose the question is lumbar puncture, LP will have to done by a student. Now the basic level, that student must have to identify the L3 and L4 space by palpation. This is the basic. Number 2 is set. He will have to know which material he will have to prepare, what precaution he will have to take, and in which position the patient have to kept. Okay, so first one is perception, second one is set. Number 3, guided response. He will perform LP under direct supervision of registrar, assistant registrar, or medical officer. It is guided response. Okay, after completing this level, now in the ward he confidently will perform LP with minimum guidance. That means assistant registrar will say, Akbar, do LP of the bed number 27. Can you do it, or I need any help? He will say, no sir, I will do it. If need, I will ask. Okay. Now, fifth level, complex overt response. Overt. Now, independently at any time of the day, he himself can do LP smoothly and accurately without any guidance, without presence of anyone. No, it is the complex overt response. Still, he is in that ward where he has been placed. Adaptation. Now, he has adapt something for some special patient, like a patient came 120 140 kg weight. It's not very easy to find out L3 L4 or positioning the patient, or has some scoliosis. It is so he will adapt his performance for doing it, and he will do it smoothly, accurately, independently. This is called adaptation. And last, origination. He himself will originate something like this. He may start ultrasonoguided LP for more precise, more accurate, and more smooth result. And he can do it anywhere, not in that world. Got it? Yeah? Very good. Psychomotor domain complete. This psychomotor domain question usually come in the practical in basic science and long history, long case, and others in the clinical side. It is psychomotor domain question. And it is very unfortunate enough, our affective domain question usually remains in Assalamu alaikum, Ma, can I see you? Can I examine you, up to this? But actually affective domain is not like that. Its part starts from receiving and ends in characterizing. And here empathy is the main word. Receiving. Student listens attentively to patient's concern. Patient is telling about all his features, and student is busy in the mobile or doing something or hearing music. No, 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 no. It's zero affective domain. Next level is responding. Yes, student will answer patient's query very politely, empathetically. It is responding. Number 3 is valuing. Student will recognize the importance of patient safety. Suppose a orthopedic patient, knee fracture patient, you can't send him or throw a stair to the first floor for doing X-ray. Have you got it? Yes, valuing the patient. Next is organizing. Now, from that integrated patient center, he will take all these values, and in his private practice, he will practice in his private chamber. He will practice these values. It is organizing. And last, characterizing. The great our physician, they have this consistently demonstrate professionalism and empathy in clinical practice. That means you are in train, in plane, you are in a somewhere, you are in a hospital, everywhere, when you get a patient, full professionalism and with empathy, you will deal them. Okay. Now, for reading educational objective or writing educational objective, we must, here are few verbs of cognitive domain, and it is in chronologically. Like first, recall or knowledge based is list, level, define. Understanding level is describe, explain, application, solve, prepare. Analyze level, analyze. And you will get all this verb in anywhere in the Google. Here I have given a slide where most of the verbs are present. You can follow it, no issue. Few verbs for attitude and skill is also there. Dear learner, keep in mind, try to avoid word like this. To know, to understand, to discuss, to believe, know. What he will know. So, all these left-sided words are vague terms. We should avoid in our learning objective these words. And right side, we should incorporate them like calculate, list, stay, compare, explain, these words. Okay. Here I am giving example of instructional objective or learning objective of a lecture class from my class. Here the enzyme, and look here, general objective. By the end of the session, first year medical students will understand the structure, function, regulation and clinical significance of enzymes in human physiology and disease. Okay. In a word, it's quite vague and wide term. If I split this term, it will be specific objective like, look, define enzyme. It is recall type. Recall enzyme, key enzyme properties, recall type. List, recall type. Stat, definition, again recall type. When I will say describe pH temperature, it is understanding type. When I will say summarize enzymes, biomedical role in diagnostic, understanding type. Look, differentiate cofactor, coenzyme and roles, it is analyze type. Apply isoenzyme knowledge to clinical assay, it is application type. And last, higher level, evaluate enzyme markers reliability. That means troponin versus AST in liver disease, troponin versus LDH in myocardial infarction, etc. Have you got it? Very good. I'm near the end of my topic, today's topic. Last one is instructional design. This is the last topic. What is instructional design? Actually, in a word, how to design learning, not how to teach. How to teach is a part of how to design a learning. How to design a learning will focus on learner's need, context, and the desired outcome. And here are the great Gagnis events of instructional design. Dear learner, keep in mind, wherever you will take a lecture, you will take a tutorial class, a practical class, or you are presenting in a seminar, symposium, anywhere, you must have to follow this Gangnis event of instructional design, and everyone follows it. Three part of Gangnis instructional design, 9 component, and here you are getting in separate color. First three are gaining attention, informing the learner of the objective, stimulating recall of prerequisite learning. Look, you have entered a class and just start the class. After few minutes, you'll find out that some of the students are not following you because they haven't got interest what you are talking about, in which topic you are talking about, and actually up to which you will take class and what benefit they will. Look, for all this you need gaining attention first, and you'll have to inform the learner about the learning objective of that session. And this three part commonly called schema activation. Look, no learning start from zero. From class 6 to 10, we have studied about, in our school, we have studied about human organ. In 9, 10, we have studied kidney, lung, locomotion. In intern level, in HSC level, there is a separate book, zoology, and a first part of zoology was related with human body. When a student have got a huge mark, have studied that book in a large level, then he got chance in the medical college. Now you have started from there. Okay. So when you start a class, you'll have to recall either your past class or 1 year ago's class or from the entire level. That means you will make a communication with the previous learning with the today's learning. It is called stimulating recall, and it is schema activation. Very important, very important. In second part, you will present the first part is schema activation in a 60-minute class. It should be not more than 5 minutes. 5 minutes is enough. Now you will present in second part stimulus material, 40 minutes. It is called schema construction, and you will also provide learning guidance from which book he can read. Okay, if any journal you can mention, no issue. And this 40 minutes, always keep in mind, human brain cannot afford to take lesson more than 20 minutes at a time. So after 20 minutes, you must give a pause of 30 seconds to 1 minute with a joke, with a questionnaire, with something relevant with this topic. Okay. Now the last part, eliciting the performance. During class, you will have to elicit performance. You are taking class, you will say one student, please stand up, what it is, have you got it, etc. etc. It is the eliciting the performance. You'll give feedback about the correctness of performance. If they make some mistake, you will correct it. Now it's time to assess the performance. Assessing the performance is very important for any large group or small group class. You can assess in many ways. Easier way is regarding that topic, make 5 MCQ question. In the slide, show one after another and ask the whole class about the question. By this, you can assess the performance. And lastly, you will have to give summary. That means you will have to summarize the whole session, and will have to give a what? Take home message. All this part commonly called schema refinement. So three part: schema activation, schema construction, and schema refinement. I think you will keep in mind these 9 events, Gangnis event. Thank you very much. Have you any question? If you have any question, through WhatsApp you can ask me, or in my next class directly you can ask me. Okay. Now it is the workshop question. I have already give you hard copy of this workshop session 1, 2, 3 ABC, lecture, tutorial, and bedside practical. And like our childhood, there is a homework. Write down the Guyanese events of instructional design in a page. So thank you very much to all. Have a